Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Saturday and welcome to Ye Olde Weekly Home Fragrance Roundup. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. I am being joined by my assistant Alf. He is already taking a nap in my lap, so I'll show you guys. He's just hanging out down here having a nice little snooze, and hopefully he stays this calm while I film this video. Fingers crossed. Enjoy the pug ASMR, which I think you can probably hear on camera. So anyway, I have the candles and the wax melts from the last week. This week is kind of exciting because I was starting to try some new to me candle brands, and so I have a couple updates for you guys from the LAFCO brand as well as Candleberry, so we're going to get into that. As always, in the description box right below this video, I will be putting a link to where to purchase everything that I showed here. There will be any discount codes if you want to use them. I will try to remember to put sales info for any sales from the different candle companies this weekend. And yeah, also down there will be links to my Candle Crock 101 and my Candle Lamp 101. I'm going to be mentioning both of those candle accessories, and if you don't know what they are because you're kind of new to the world of home fragrance, check those videos out. They are in-depth deep dives into both of those accessories, what the point of them is, how to use them, what you can do with your candles after, things like that. That is all contained within those videos. So if you've never heard of them, check those videos out first. I also put links to candle crocks that I think are a great deal and really good quality, as well as a candle lamp that I have fallen in love with and have also gifted out to other people. It has a lot of extra features that I notice a lot of like candle lamps typically don't have, and I think those features definitely make a difference. So it's a little bit more expensive, but I don't know, I think it's worth it. But obviously you have to decide for yourself if it's worth it or not for the extra features. So all of the blah 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 stuff out of the way, let's get into talking about candles first. What am I burning right now? I only have one candle going. I actually have some errands to run today, so I haven't lit all of my candles, but I did want to have some home fragrance going this morning. So I have Homeworx pumpkin waffles. Why am I'm having a brain fart, you guys. It's a huge brain fart. It's not pumpkin pecan waffles. That's a different brand. It's the berry pumpkin waffles. Jeez Louise. Berry pumpkin waffles from Homeworx is going in my kitchen right now. Sorry about that. Love that scent. Now it is the one that came out or was re-released last year. That one does not have quite the oomph that the original had in terms of strength and throw, but that was just kind of par for the course last year from Homeworx. By the way, I have not purchased any of the, I've gotten some questions about whether I'm going to try the Valentine's collection. I'm not ordering the Valentine's collection because I think one of those is a repackage of a scent that I've already had. And then the other ones, I'm just not like hugely interested in the fragrances right now. But as soon as these spring candles start dropping at Homeworx, I do plan on ordering them. I will be reporting back on strength and throw if I'm noticing some improvement. I really have my fingers crossed that by this point, with the release of the spring candles, that we hopefully have any of those strength and throw issues resolved. I know there were also some wick issues for people last year. I never really had any wick issues, so if there was a consistent wick issue, I hope that is also resolved. But I will of course let you guys know with my post-burn reviews. But no, I did not pick up the Valentine's collection, and I do not intend on picking it up. There are also some new Homeworx candles that dropped at Ulta recently, and I feel like the Gourmand ones might be repackages, but I want to smell them in person. I have a feeling that there's like a pineapple sprinkle macaroon or something like that. I think that one, someone, I think it was my friend Fiona, had mentioned that it smells like pineapple Dole Whip, which makes me think it is a repackage of the, what was the pineapple mousse, I think it was called back in the day. Yeah, I wonder if the pineapple mousse one is back. If so, I would love that because I actually rarely like pineapple fragrances. Pineapple is one of those scents that in-home fragrance comes across as like really artificial to me a lot of times, and I don't love that. But Harry has done a couple of pineapple scents that I've actually really enjoyed. So anyway, I will be picking up those Homeworx candles from Ulta if I have a chance to smell them in store first. I don't want to pick up things that are repackages necessarily because I'm trying really hard to only purchase new to me scents to review this year from Homeworx, only because I have such a huge like backup stash of Homeworx candles that I'm trying to work my way through this year. So I really don't want to be adding things to my collection that I've already technically reviewed. I want to be smelling new, different things. So anyway, we'll see. I'll pick those up after I have a chance to smell them and just confirm that they're not repackages. So yeah, anyway, so that's what I currently have burning. That was a long story. Circling back to the Crocs, I did use my candle lamp this week, and I'll talk about that here in a second. We'll get there. In my crock, I've only still been using the crock that's in my laundry room. So the crock in my master bedroom and in my filming room in the back of the house, haven't been using those. Just haven't really had any interest in turning them on, to be totally honest. But this week I did take out a medium jar of the Country Candle fragrance from Kringle in, I think it was pumpkin waffle cone. It was a pink wax. I can't remember the exact same name. It's still sitting in the laundry room because I was gonna take it upstairs, but didn't get around to that. So it's still sitting there, but I think it's pumpkin waffle cone. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Definitely a fall scent for sure. And the only reason that I put it in the crock was I had purchased that particular candle to review during the fall and just never got around to it. And I don't particularly necessarily love the paraffin wax formula from Kringle. And so for me, I'm just kind of trying to get those out of the system if I can. And I think I actually like the fragrance in the crock. Like, it was very enjoyable, very yummy, delicious, not too spicy, but yeah, I want to see more of those country candle gourmand scents make their way into the soy formula, and I think I might get my wish. Maybe. My fingers are crossed. I would love to get that wish. I just want to see a lot more gourmand from Kringle, specifically the soy line. So anyway, in the crock right now though, so I did turn that crock off on Thursday, and this morning I put in I think I only burned about a quarter of it, of my Mrs. Meyer's Orange Clove candle. That is a holiday scent for me, and I had that in our downstairs powder room over the holidays, but didn't finish it up, so I decided to just pop it into the candle crock. So it kind of smells a little bit like Christmas in my laundry room, and that's fine. It's a delicious orange and clove scent. I love the Mrs. Meyer's Orange Clove in terms of the cleaning product scent from them that I use every holiday season. So yeah, and the candle is equally as beautiful if you're ever in the market. Now it is just a one wick, and you know, it's good for like a bathroom. I wouldn't purchase any of those Mrs. Meyer's candles with the expectation that they're going to fill your entire house. It's a small one wick candle. I think it's like six to 8 ounces of wax, so not very big, but a really nice scent. Definitely recommend. All right, let's talk candles that I burned this week. All right, from Voluspa in my master bedroom, I lit this up a couple times this week. This is the Voluspa Rose Auto fragrance, and I have it in one of their tins. Voluspa really is, they're fantastic with packaging. Their glass jars are gorgeous, but I also love their tins. The tins are really pretty as well. Now, I gotta say, Voluspa in terms of strength and throw is not, it's just not really there. They have amazing scents, but they are not house fillers. And they are, I don't think that I would consider Voluspa necessarily a luxury price point, but I do think it's a price point that's higher than what most people comfortably want to spend on home fragrance, at least people who tend to like stock up on fragrance. But they do have yummy scents. But because of the strength and throw issues, I don't think that most like seasoned candle people would be like, yes, Voluspa, this is it for me. It's the only brand I buy from. I like their stuff. I like their containers. I like the fragrances. I just wish they had more in terms of strength and throw. So I still buy from them from time to time, but it's not a brand where like I go like clamoring back for stuff, you know, super frequently. Also, slightly exotic but fun. So this is a Nest candle. This is different from the usual Nest candles. This was actually a candle that I got with my bottle of my Midnight Fleur perfume from Nest. Now, I've had this for several years, and Midnight Fleur is now discontinued, which I still can't believe she discontinued that fragrance. Why? Why would you do that, Laura? It was so beautiful. I refuse to believe that that wasn't like a bestseller for them because it is so pretty. Ugh. Anyway, the candle is just as delightful, and this is so strong. I think this one was from 2018. That sounds about right. I think that's when I bought that bottle. I bought it from the Nest website. So this wasn't like, I think it was a holiday thing. Maybe I bought it during the holidays in 2018. I can't remember exactly, but I've been nursing the candle for a number of years now, and I am finally like nearing the end of it. I decided to light it up a few times this week while we were laying in bed and watching TV at night, and I just love it. It smells exactly like the perfume. It's a beautiful, like musky floral, very romantic, very date night. Like this is the kind of scent that I like to wear when Craig and I go out to like a fancy lady dinner. For him, it would obviously be a fancy gentleman dinner, but you know, I like to get dressed up and use my like more sophisticated fragrances when we go out. And this is one that I reach for quite a bit when we do go out on some rare, nice dinner dates together. It's so pretty. I'm gonna be so sad when this is gone. I really wish she would bring this back. Also, I love the artwork on any of the Nest fragrances. She has a penchant, if you will, for these like vintage botanical prints, and they're just so pretty. And I just noticed there's a little ladybug on the sleeve. Oh my God, it's so cute. Look at this little ladybug. So cute. Isn't that pretty? I would love a wallpaper with this motif. What do you guys think? Just a beautiful wallpaper on this back wall. I have hopes of wallpapering a couple rooms in this house, but I don't think I can do it myself. I feel like that needs to be done really well, or else it looks like garbage. So I don't know, probably not this year, but at some point I really want to get some wallpaper into this room and my dining room. And you bet your tuchus that is going to be a huge, massive, like vintage botanical print like this, because I love them. So pretty. All right. Burned a little bit of the Homeworx in support of Next for Autism chocolate chip banana pancakes candle this year. So I think just 1 or 2 burns of this week. It is delicious. I finished up the, what's this? Happy New Year. This candle review is going live tomorrow. Also, another candle review that you will see tomorrow is the Sugar Plum Dreams. This is just a 3-wick. I bought this one off of QVC late last year. Never got around to burning it. Sorry, buddy. My feet are falling asleep. We gotta adjust. There you go. We're good. My feet were definitely falling asleep. And then this week, I think I only lit coconut cake once. I was a little bit lazy about burning this week because I was doing a lot of like projects around the house and got distracted. But I did burn a few things here and there, and a couple of new things here that I want to update you about. First of all, let's talk Candleberry. I also have some Candleberry wax melts, but we'll get to them a little bit later. I wanted to show you the giant mushroom top that I got on my first burn of my Candleberry vanilla crumb cake. That's what it's called, vanilla crumb cake. This is an amazing basic vanilla scent. Like, I don't mean basic in the sense of like, it's boring. Like, it's just delicious, basic gourmand, yummy. It's gonna make your house smell like you're baking something. I actually found the performance of this to be pretty darn good. Now, I am concerned about the amount of, you know, mushrooming that I see here. I find that typically when I see this on the first couple burns of a candle, that these types of wicks tend to get somewhat sooty and messy towards the latter part of the candle. So we'll see. Obviously, this is only one of their smaller jars, so maybe it won't happen with this size. Figured this was a good way to start out, because if the candle like completely sucked, then, you know, I would only be out, what are these, like 14 bucks versus like for the large jar, and then I'd have to like suffer my way through it or just put it in the crock. So, but this I really like a lot, and this makes me very hopeful to try more candles from them. I'm going to review this once I get to the halfway point with it. So I'm gonna have to burn this a little bit more this next week, and you'll see a post-burn review of this coming up. But so far so good. But the fragrance itself, I have to admit, is probably a new favorite. This is really yummy, you guys. It definitely smells like a vanilla cake with a like streusel topping. It's really, really delicious. And I like this. I don't love the aesthetic of these. I think they have a very like country, someone said like a primitive Americana style. And yes, that is the description that I would also say is quite accurate. To me, I kind of leaned more at first like country cottage store, like little country boutique type of thing. But yeah, but delicious. So I will give it that. All right, you guys, let's talk a spendy one. This is the LAFCO Hazelnut Torrone. Now, I'm not ready to review this yet, but I have to tell you, the first burn, I had this bad boy lit for 7 hours. 7. Like, this many hours. And this dang thing wanted to tunnel. And I was like, no, not for this price point. Now, I did get it on sale. It wasn't like the full price. It was 40% off, but it was still over $40. And it wanted to tunnel. So what I did, and this is why it's good to have a candle lamp, I actually put it underneath my candle lamp and got it to mostly like evenly pool out. You can still see there's some areas here where the lamp was not able to get it to melt. But oh man, it just did not want to melt completely all the way across. And before you're like, oh yeah, wrap it in tinfoil. I know all of the candle tricks. So I actually put a candle sleeve, like a glass candle sleeve, almost like a hurricane over top to see if that would help the pool to like retain the heat within. No, it did not. It did not do anything. It was like, I think 4 hours of the candle sleeve being around here and still didn't pool out. Still didn't. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I'm hoping now that I have the wax pool a little bit more even again, that maybe the subsequent burn will go all the way across. We'll see. But in terms of the fragrance, I love the scent. The Hazelnut Torrone is delicious. I'm just a little concerned about the candle not wanting to pull out. So, and you can see it's only a 1 wick. It's not like a huge surface area, but it is quite a hard wax. I want to say that this is, I think I heard Josh say this is a soy with a touch of paraffin. Oh, it just smells so good. I can't stop sniffing it. But so maybe it's that paraffin that just makes it that much harder. I don't know. But I guess just so far, the only thing I'm disappointed in is the fact that it did not want to pool out completely, even with putting it in a glass candle sleeve, which is essentially like putting it in a hurricane, it still did not want to completely pull out. So I will let you guys know. I want to burn this one at least maybe 3, let's say 4 more times of like multiple hours worth of burn time with each burn, and see how far down I can get. But so far the fragrance is 2 thumbs up, but the like pooling out and the initial performance is a little iffy for me. We'll see. Maybe she'll improve vastly after the first couple burns. We'll see. All right, let's talk some wax melts. Should we start with the Candleberry? Let's start with the Candleberry. All right, so this week I decided to go in with some of my, did I do any Praline Dreams? Yes, I did. Okay. So I decided to start with some of the scents that I was a little bit more iffy about in my haul video. And the ones that I started out with were Bourbon Roasted Pecans, so used that one up. I have Vanilla Crumb Cake, and I used 2 cubes out of, was it? Nope, I only used 1 cube out of the Vanilla Crumb Cake. I think I actually mixed it with this one. Yes, I did. I mixed Vanilla Crumb Cake with Praline Dreams, this guy right here, so used a couple cubes of that. And then the other one was Honey Pecan Rum Cake, so this one I used up completely. So I did a little bit of mixing, and then I also did these 2 just kind of on their own without mixing them. And here are my thoughts. First of all, these were the fragrances that I was a little bit more like, I don't know that I'm actually super excited about these. It turns out I like them a lot more when they're warming. They definitely transform a little bit and smell a lot more authentic and gourmand when I'm warming them in my warmers. By the way, I was using 25 watt Scentsy warmers, just because that's what I have the bulk of in my house. Now, next week I'm going to test my just like higher wattage hot plate warmer that I have from Amazon, because these are made with paraffin wax. So I think using something with a higher intensity of heat is going to give you better performance with these. But I will say I was pretty impressed with how they did in the Scentsy warmers in terms of just the throw or, you know, spreading the fragrance into the room, if you will. Did quite well with that. What I will say though is after the first day, the amount of fragrance that was coming out of the wax melts after I turned on my warmers the second day was greatly reduced, to the point where I was ready to change the wax out for sure by the end of the day. So I will say I got one really good solid day of performance, and then the second day was a little bit like, the scent had faded to the point where I was like, do I have wax melts going right now? Are my Scentsy warmers on? So to me, it's very similar to the performance of, I would say, vendor wax. Definitely does not last as long as Scentsy. And I think these were, I bought these when they were on sale for $7.99, and there are, let's see, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 8 triangles, if you will. So I was gonna take one out, but these are really hard. Oh, there we go, I broke one. So you get these triangles here. I was using 2 triangles per warmer. Man, this Vanilla Crumb Cake is delicious. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, after about a day, I felt like I needed to change my wax. So do I think that I would invest in a bunch more of the wax melts? Not just for the purpose of using them like in my warmers. I think what I like stuff like this for is determining whether I like the scent or not. It's kind of like the Daylights with Kringle, right? Like if you're not ready to commit to a full-size jar, this would be a good way to try a bunch of different scents and see what you really like before you start investing in the candles and potentially getting scents that you really don't like and returning candles can be a total pain in the butt. And I don't even know if Candleberry has a return policy. I haven't like looked into it. Not that I would. If I didn't like anything that I ordered from Candleberry, I knew that what I would do would just pass along the fragrances that I didn't like. Like that was my game plan. I am not someone who is going to like find a box, pack things up in bubble wrap and send it back to the company. I don't have the time or the energy to necessarily do that. So if there's anything that I don't like that I order from a company, I just pass it along to friends and family who are interested in trying that out. So I will definitely give my experience so far a thumbs up. It's not going to be 2 thumbs up quite yet because I'm just not super impressed with how the wax melts are performing. Now, I'm not terribly surprised because they are not packaged in any type of like plastic bag or clamshell. They're literally just like, they just come in a hunk in a cardboard box like this. And so that does not hold the fragrance in super well, I don't think. The box definitely breathes, you know, it's cardboard. There's openings where air can get in. And I would think that over time that would maybe diminish the fragrance. I think if you're planning on using these up right away after buying them, then that probably wouldn't be a problem. But I don't know, sometimes I like to save wax for the following season or a season a little bit further down the road, and I don't know that I would feel super comfortable doing that. I think with Candleberry, when I buy the wax melts, it's going to be a situation of I'm buying these to use them shortly after purchase, not things that I'm going to be storing long term. Now, could I get like the special bags to like take them out of here and put them in? Yeah, but am I going to? Absolutely not. I am not going to do that. So I'm just not. But definitely I'm intrigued to try more fragrances from them. Now, the next time around, I'm going to try some of their like fruity scents. So there is more to come from Candleberry. This was not my last purchase of the year. And I also am comfortable now trying out like a couple more of their candles with my next order as well. So I think I might stick with this particular jar size because these will be easy for me to get through in a timely manner. And that just makes me feel a little bit better about not having my collection go out of control, especially since this is the year where I want to try some other candle companies. Now, the candle company that I have next on my list to also kind of look into is, oh my gosh, what is it? I'm brain farting. Cheerful Giver. Cheerful Giver, that was the one. That was another kind of slightly more obscure candle company that I guess kept getting recommended to me quite a bit over the last several years. So Cheerful Giver, if you have scents that you recommend that you think I would really like. Now, think gourmand, think fruity, think things that I could eat. That's what I want my house to smell like. I want my house to smell like various food things. So if you have recommendations of foodie type fragrances from Cheerful Giver, put them down below. It would be amazing if I could start with some wax melts there too. So I'm pretty sure they have wax melts. So other things I was melting this week include fried ice cream from Scentsy, Bring Back My Bar. I don't like this. I know a lot of you were really excited about fried ice cream. This has a lot of cinnamon, and the cinnamon became way more noticeable to me even when it was melting. And this stained my dishes again. I had just gotten all of my dishes completely cleaned, and this left a grayish stain on my dishes. I think it was from maybe the cinnamon oils that they used in here, but I don't love fried ice cream. I'm sorry to those of you that do. I think to me, this just has way more cinnamon than I really personally care for. So that's a no-go. Definitely not going in the club. But let me tell you what I think is Crumb Top. Hello, have you tried this? You need to. So basic. It smells like streusel topping. So good. Now this one also has like a touch of like that sugar cinnamon mixture, but it's done well. Like this doesn't like, this screams cinnamon to me. This whispers cinnamon to me. So I am just not a huge fan of intense cinnamon fragrances, and this just has a much more palatable amount for my liking. So there's that. Also, I did use 2 cubes of the vanilla cream. Now this one I was pretty sure I was gonna put in my club, but you guys, this is so light. Now I had this going in my office and I couldn't smell it. And my office isn't, oh hey, guess who got cut off? I don't know how long I've been talking. It's obviously a long time, I'm sorry. But I just wanna finish my thoughts on this. Yeah, you guys, I couldn't smell this. And my office has like French doors, so I closed those when I was sitting in there hoping that that would allow me to smell this in some kind of way, and I couldn't. Now, it's not unscented when I stick my nose in it. It smells like vanilla and cream. Nothing super special, but it smells really nice. But when I was warming it, I just could not get anything out of this. And I really thought this one was gonna go in my club, but I don't know, I don't like unscented. There's no point in unscented wax, right? Like when you're using Scentsy, you need to be able to smell the wax, and I could not smell this. Please let me know your experience with this one. Maybe I got a dud, but because I feel like Lisa told me this one performs really well, but I'm just not getting anything from the vanilla cream. So that is a little bit of a dud for me, but the crumb top, heavenly, just definitely worth. Put it in your cart. I have several more in my cart. And I think I'm actually gonna put it in my club. So that's how much I like it. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna cut it off here. I've been talking way too long. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Stay tuned for the Homeworx candle reviews coming up tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.